Keep right with RalphKGinorio. Scammer ranked ballots and grifter open primaries. Ranked choice voting is a scam, and open primaries are a grift. These schemes are being tried here in North Idaho in the hope that they can confuse voters and confound their wills as traditionally expressed through the ballot box. No lover of liberty should give credence to these attempts at psychological warfare and mass manipulation. I have seen what ranked choice voting has done to my former state of Maine. It has been a disaster, blighting political clarity. Maine Conservatives now have yet one more obstacle to overcome. In addition to the hostile media, public schools, academe, state government, and courts, Mainers now cast their votes not for what they support, but against what they hate. The one thing that socialists, progressives, liberals, and moderates agree on is their opposition to conservatives. The sole purpose of ranked ballot voting is to dilute the vote of principled conservatives. Were this scheme to be adopted here in North Idaho, moderate Democrats and Republicans in name only would collaborate to prevent genuine conservatives from being elected. They will vote strategically rather than according to the dictates of their conscience. This is immoral. Instead of the tried and true principle of one person, one vote, ranked choice ballots force voters to select for their first, second, third, fourth, or fifth choices, and so on. Each voter must actually make some kind of vote for each and every candidate, even for people whose platform they would never support. For example, if a communist were running in a 5-person raid in my precinct, I would be compelled to indicate that of the available options, the communist would be my 5th choice. This is twisted. Under no circumstances would I, who have Cuban relatives who were and remain victims of communism, be compelled to confer legitimacy on any red candidate by a positive vote of mine in their favor. The same thing would be true if a Jewish voter discovered that an anti-Semite was on their ballot. Should a descendant of Holocaust survivors or a relative of beleaguered Israelis be forced to indicate that a National Socialist or pro-Islamist terrorist is any kind of acceptable choice, even if only their 5th in preference? No. Ranked choice voting should never be accepted by anyone who understands what a positive vote really means. The consent of the governed, the heart of the American Republic. Ranked choice voting is nothing less than a betrayal of our constitutional principles. I've also seen what open primaries have done across the nation. It is a grift to allow those who cannot fairly win elections to illegitimately skew the results in their favor. I do understand the frustration of being in the political minority in the first 47 years of my life. I was a conservative in deeply progressive New York and New England. My wife and I relocated here to North Idaho as political refugees because we desperately wanted to live in a locality whose politics were not poisonous to our core convictions. The minority is frustrated, so it gets the state to intrude on the other party's internal affairs? What nonsense! What weakness! The whole point of a political party, and it's an important job, is for anyone with common ideas to pool their resources and earn legitimate power. As a conservative Republican, I would never welcome non-Republicans to choose my party's candidate. If a person wants to shape Republican policy, they should join the grand old party and energetically participate. No one who does not do this has any role, any legitimate or righteous role, in determining what the Republican Party stands for or who they should nominate. Open primaries are a solution to problems that do not exist. When citizens cast votes that deviate from the preferences of certain elites, it is not problematic. It's freedom in action. Voting should not be a clever scheme to manipulate results, but rather a crystal clear expression of one's principles in action. One person, one vote is at the heart of our American Republic. We should never, ever stray from this bedrock principle. Join me in rejecting both ranked choice voting and open primaries.